feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
This is not just an update. It's a quiet revolution in soft light and silence. On July 3 ND 2025, while the world kept spinning with its usual chaos, Taehyung pressed a button. And in less than 60 minutes, he broke the silence, the timeline, and millions of hearts across continents, with 18 snapshots of his soul. No makeup. No filter. No captions screaming for attention. Just Taehyung in all his raw, soft, absurdly real glory. In the first photo, he stands alone at the gym, black tank top clinging to sculpted shoulders, sweat glistening like quiet stars. It's not a thirst trap. It's a statement of strength, solitude, and sacred routine. Then the second photo drops. A tiny pimple on the side of his nose. Zoomed in. Unbothered. Unapologetically human. Within seconds, armies rename it the luckiest pimple in the world. Because it lives on Taehyung's face, and he let us see it. The next few photos roll like poetry. Him in a simple shirt, laughing with grilled meat. Golden framed glasses catching room light like it's a French art film. Korean rice cake held between his fingers like a love letter to comfort. No gloss. No perfection. Just a man enjoying small moments that most idols never show us. And yet it feels holy. Within hours. #Taehyung update explodes on Twitter. Celine Boy trends again in Paris. A viral TikTok remix of Love Me Again sends his song back into the global top 50. All from 18 photos. But it's not just fandom, it's global culture responding to authenticity. In South Korea, the president himself calls Taehyung a national pride who unites the world with art and humanity. In Japan, NHK News runs a primetime special on how V is shaping Gen Z's aesthetic values. In China, he dominates Weibo's trending for 7 consecutive days. In France, his Celine reissue sells out in 6 minutes, while fashion universities use his style as academic reference. But more astonishing, an oil painting of him crafted by an Italian artist sells at auction for €75,000, described as the visual definition of vulnerability with grace. Through all the noise, Taehyung remains still. In a quiet letter to fans, he writes, "Even when I disappear, you still stay. Even when I return, you still shine." This isn't idle behavior. This is art. This is defiance, against polished perfection, against silence, against the cold machine of celebrity. Taehyung didn't just post pictures. He reminded the world what it means to feel something real. So if you're wondering why millions cried over a pimple, it's because in a world of digital masks, Taehyung took his off first. And army followed. This is not an update. This is a love letter from a boy named V, who reminds us all that imperfection can be divine. The world saw 18 photos. But army? They saw a message stitched between the shadows. They didn't just save the photos. They studied them. Frame by frame. Color by color. Expression by expression. And they began to whisper. Is Taehyung trying to tell us something? Photo 1, the gym. He stands strong. Alone. Not posing, not flexing. Just there, raw muscle, tired eyes, vulnerability dressed as strength. Behind him, a dim red light spills like the last embers of a fire. Some say it symbolizes the burning weight of expectation. Others? That he's fighting his way back to someone. Photo 2, the pimple. A flaw captured intentionally. Right side of his nose, where a Korean beauty mole is traditionally seen as a symbol of hidden longing. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe a metaphor. Because this isn't just a pimple. It's a message, I'm still human. I still ache. Photo 3, the grilled meat. Simple. Comforting. But look closer. He's in a corner seat, isolated. Smiling, yes, but the plate in front of him has one set of chopsticks. 1. Not 2. Fans ask, where's the other person? Was someone there and then gone? Is this a visual memory of a love that was once shared? Photo 4, the Celine jacket, the gold glasses. He's dressed like royalty but seated like a child, holding a rice cake like it's sacred. In Korean culture, tteok is shared in celebration, weddings, births, reunions. But he's alone again, eating it gently, quietly. Who was he wishing to share it with? And then, the lighting in all 18 photos. Warm, golden, slightly vintage. Like memories. Not snapshots. Armies started calling the series a diary without ink. Then came the dominoes. The face filter V-Look surpassed 18 million downloads in 3 days. A Spanish army painted his photo into a surrealist landscape and sold it to a museum. An indie artist from Canada wrote a song titled 18 Rooms, inspired by the photo set. Everywhere you looked, Taehyung's energy was being translated, rewritten, reimagined. But behind the frenzy, something more sacred was unfolding. Fans began rereading his old letters, old lyrics, and even fan sign moments. And suddenly, everything aligned. "I don't like showing too much of myself," he once said. "But I hope, one day you'll see the real me. Not the idol. Just me." Could this photo drop be that moment? The real Taehyung. Not V from BTS. But the boy who grew up in Daegu. The boy who loves jazz. The boy who writes love letters on hotel napkins and tucks them inside sketchbooks. And in that silence, fans remembered. This isn't the first time Taehyung spoke without words. This is just the first time the world finally listened. In Korea, his name still trends. In Paris, his photo is printed on boutique magazine covers. In Jakarta, murals of his face appear in alleyways, painted by teenage fans. In Argentina, a girl writes his name in her diary every night to remind herself to keep dreaming. Because Taehyung's magic has never been about the loud. It's about the soft echoes he leaves behind. The spaces between sentences. The smiles that fade too slowly. The questions he doesn't answer because he doesn't need to. This second wave of his Instagram drop isn't just content. It's closure. It's courage. It's a confession. Not of a scandal, but of a soul that longs for truth, even under the weight of a billion eyes. So maybe the 18 photos weren't a photo shoot. Maybe they were pages in a diary, written in color, light, and longing. Maybe they were for you. Maybe they were for someone else. And maybe, just maybe, he's still waiting for them to see it. Not all messages are meant to be read. Some are meant to be felt. Kim Taehyung without saying a word. And so the world kept spinning. But for those who saw the message behind the 18 photos, everything slowed down. Taehyung didn't scream for attention. He whispered. And somehow it echoed louder than anything we've heard all year. If these photos were a diary, then this was the page he let us read just once. And maybe that's enough. Because in a world that begs for perfection, Taehyung gave us something far more precious. Honesty, stillness, and a reminder that to feel is to be alive. This wasn't a comeback. This was a connection. And if you felt something too, then maybe this was for you all along. Thank you for watching. And remember, sometimes the most powerful things are the ones never said, but deeply felt.